I'm going to hand out a blank copy of the survey. Most of you have seen it already and taken it, but I wanted you to be able to look at some things that I referenced throughout the presentation. If you'll take one and pass it down. And then also, I'm going to pass around a
Good morning, teachers. Just want to invite you down to the baby shower for Guy Howard and Miss Brantley June Howard. Come on down and get some breakfast.
If you've already signed it, don't worry about it. So most of you have already seen the survey, already taken the survey, and here are the results. We're going to be talking about the climate at HTHS. Today's agenda, first of all, thank you all for being here. I know that you're taking time out of your very, very busy schedule, and I really do appreciate you taking the time to not only take the survey, but to we're going to be talking about the 7 correlates of effective schools, what helps school systems be effective. I'm going to choose a couple of those to focus on, and then I came up with plans for improvement. At the very end, I would love input, comments, questions, etc. when it comes to the plans for improvement specifically. So overall, the HTHS environment, I was very pleased at the results to the survey. Teacher attitudes seem to be really great. I think sometimes we are here so often and we are so enveloped in our jobs that we become a little negative. I just think that's what typically happens. But when it comes to sitting down and taking the survey and really thinking about our jobs, most people here are very happy to come to work. The students here are as well, at least from the survey results. That's how the teachers feel. There were 2 questions specifically on the survey about safety. One dealt with fighting and one dealt with students bringing weapons to school. And everybody that took the survey felt as though this was a very safe environment. Trust from all angles. I think they felt as if the students trusted us as teachers. We felt like the administration trusts us as teachers, and we trust the parents also to be involved and to support us as teachers. If I were to do this survey again, or create it actually on my own, I would include questions that led towards the problem of apathy. I think as teachers here at HTHS, we've all talked about the just lack of determination in a lot of our students, and we do have high expectations, so I would make sure that apathy was covered in the next survey, but it wasn't, and we won't be talking about it today, but that just seemed to sort of be one of the overlying themes and problems that we have here. So the 7 correlates that make a school system successful. Some of these might seem very, very basic, but all very necessary. First of all, clearly stated and focused mission. And we carry this out every day in school. The students carry it out when they walk in, the teachers carry it out by what we expect of them in class and in the hallways, and the administration of what they expect of our teachers. The instructional leadership by all administration and staff, that includes empowering teachers, empowering the administration, and working together, doing professional development and in-service activities, etc. Having a safe and orderly environment. I covered that a little bit earlier, that we do feel like the environment is very safe here and orderly, and therefore students can come here and learn. We do have a climate of high expectations in general. Frequent monitoring of student progress. I don't feel as if the survey really covered this enough to where I could pull results from it. And it's something that as a foreign language department I would like to cover more. The opportunity to learn with students on task. I think everybody here has a general sense of classroom management, and when people walk into their classrooms, we give them the opportunity to learn. And if students really are dedicated and want to learn, that they have the opportunity when they're here. And then the other portion is positive relationships between home and school. The parents feel comfortable here. Do they feel comfortable with their students being here? Do we as teachers have a positive relationship with our parents and the administration? So 2 are bolded: instructional leadership by all administration and staff, and the positive relationships between home and school. Those are the 2 that I pulled some specific numbers and data. I'm going to have you look at a copy of the survey, and we're going to talk about those 2 specifically. First of all, instructional leadership and administration and staff. Look at surveys questions 2 and 11. One dealt with in-service. I'm going to grab a copy as well. Thank you. So So question 2 is, I am currently pursuing in-service opportunities to improve myself as a teacher. And number 11 is, I would benefit from more professional development provided by the district. I thought these two really went together. And for both of these to be successful, we as teachers need a lot of guidance. We need guidance from our administration. And we also need time provided. We need an opportunity to do this. So I created a couple of graphs. In question number 2 in in-service opportunities, that I am pursuing in-service opportunities, notice the blue and the green. So 4 people disagree that they are currently pursuing in-service opportunities, and 3 people strongly disagree. This is the majority. They are not pursuing these opportunities on their own. And then I would benefit from more professional development. 6 agree. 2 strongly agree. So 8 out of 10 people that took the survey would benefit from professional opportunities, from professional development. So if I correlate the 2 together and discuss the 2 together, I would say that we as teachers are looking for our administration to provide opportunities and different ideas to professionally develop. So my plan for improvement, to really capitalize on our Thursday mornings. It was nice enough for the Board of Education to allow us the extra time on Thursdays to work together. I think the week ahead has been an awesome implementation so far. I love the little video clips that Dr. Stoll sends and the quotes and everything, and I look forward to it, and I think a lot of us do. I think it's gotten a lot of positive feedback. In order to do this, I think empowering department heads would actually help the administration in the long run a lot, and I think student input would be really helpful. What do they want to see from us? How could we improve? Positive relationships between home and school. Look at questions 17, 21, and 24. I thought they were interesting to put together. 17 is, parents are supportive of the school and its activities. 9 out of 10 teachers either agree or strongly agree that the parents are supportive of what we're doing here. Number 21 says, we are preparing students to become productive citizens. 8 out of 10 teachers here agree, or strongly agree, that that's what we're doing here. Well, what more would the parents want than for us to prepare their students to become productive citizens? So it looks as if we really need to work together in order to do this. But then the shocking point, and the thing that upset me, was number 24. I have met most of my parents, my students' parents, or adult caretaker. 8 out of 10 disagreed or strongly disagreed. In other words, we don't know who's raising our students, and we want them to become productive citizens. The parents are supportive of what we're doing here, yet we don't work together, it doesn't look like. We've never even met. So to me, that was a problem. So my plan for improvement, student-led initiatives. I think that with open house, if we have the students more involved with open house instead of it just being for parents, I think that more parents would be more likely to come to see their students involved in certain programs. For open house specifically, I think interpreters would really help. We don't have a huge ESL population, but we wouldn't want to turn parents away that don't speak English because they don't feel as though that they can participate in the activities. Communication. We can all agree that open house emails are sent the week of. They have a very hard time nailing down a date for these things, and so therefore they just can't communicate it properly to the parents, let alone in other languages. And then a program involving the students, close to what I talked about earlier. If more students were involved, not just the ambassadors with open house, parents would want to come here to see what their students are actually involved in. And freshman parents, we need to get them early, because by the time they're seniors, even the parents are checked out. So if you get them as 14-year-olds and when they first arrive, and they sort of get in the habit of coming here, and they feel comfortable here, they're more likely to come throughout their entire high school career. Quarterly conferences. I know you guys would love this one. So if we're giving students sort of permanent grades every 4 weeks, why not talk to the parents of students that are at least struggling? If not, bring parents in to talk about how wonderful their kids are doing. With this, I understand, being a teacher, you would have to incentivize the teachers to do this. If you were asking teachers to stay for open house, parent night, and quarterly conferences, there would have to be some sort of incentivizing. One thing that I thought about is, if it's on a Wednesday night or a Tuesday night, perhaps let us come late on Thursdays as well. not just the students, but just little things like that to incentivize us. So after watching this, do any of you have any comments or have any ideas that would support my ideas for improvement?
I was thinking about what you said about the open house and students being more involved in that. And I was just thinking about all of the different things our kids are involved in, doing some sort of exhibition, like the choir and other groups, just talking about what they're doing. And I think that might get like a huge part of our population here, parents and students alike. So is that kind of along the lines of what you're thinking?
Absolutely. More involvement.
Yeah.
I'm going up there not only to meet teachers and stuff, but also see what my students involved in.
Do you think it would be a good idea to have teachers and a committee of teachers and students to actually plan open house and actually be in charge of letting everybody know, and instead of just leaving it up to the office, and have somebody that has a plan other than, okay, it's going to start at this time and you're going to go to visit the teachers.
Similar to like a design team.
Right.
That we used to have, and maybe like a subgroup of that, be in charge of
Exactly.
parental involvement. I think that's a great idea. What were you gonna say?
I was thinking another incentive for parents to come up here is if we did it at the end of the first 9 weeks, or maybe the halfway point, and we had a progress report that we would deliver maybe on Tuesday at open house, and the kids that didn't get it, or the parents of kids that didn't get it then, they could get it during the advisory period. But it would kind of be like an early look at your grades, and maybe some parents would want to see that.
Because that's what they want to talk about, is great.
Yeah,
Right.
like if we had something we could give them when they came in our room, this is your progress report for this class.
Yeah. Awesome.
And Sydney, I would say too, I think the conferences are a really good idea. When I worked in a different system, we had them between the first and second 9 weeks, and then between the third and fourth 9 weeks, and those were teacher work days, and so it was during the school day that students weren't here.
Okay.
And so it would be, I might have a conference at 8:30, because the parents would still have to call and schedule them with you. So I might have one at 8:30, one at 9, but then not another one until 10:30. So the time between parents was a work day for me. So
Okay.
that was a good incentive, because I got to meet with the parents, but it was on my traditional work time anyway.
Right.
And then anytime when they weren't here, then I got to, make copies or update grades or whatever.
Sure.
So I think that was a really good way to make it productive.
That's great. I would love more teacher work days, and I feel like they've been completely cut out except for the 5 days at the beginning of the school year. Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you so much. Well, thank you again so much for your time and coming and supporting me through this process and taking the survey, etc. And I chose y'all. I'm my friends and colleagues, and I work closely with you guys, and you're great with the students, and you inspire me to be better. So thank you very, very, very much.